Scan and pay 52 rupees.
Scan QR to pay. You are paying 52 rupees to Paytm from your ICICI bank account. Please say confirm to pay or cancel transaction.
Confirm and pay.
Payment successful.
हो गया बस.
Hi, I'm Pramit. I'm the founder of Louie Voice. You just saw me and Louie Voice in action in an Uber trip. You must be wondering, what's the big deal about an auto trip? Well, here is the deal. I am visually impaired. Often when I used to sit in an Uber trip, having done the booking, suddenly all kind of doubts will start appearing in my mind. Have I got my destination right? What if this driver just drops me anywhere? Have I got my payment method right? Is it a wallet? Is it cash? If it is cash, then again, my game is over. From that time on, I had this very, very strong urge that there must be a way that I should be able to give voice commands and do end-to-end booking with Uber. I looked around everywhere, Play Store, App Store, Google Assistant, Siri, no luck. And well, Louie Voice, we are a 7-year-old startup, just trying to solve this problem single-mindedly. End-to-end transactions with voice commands in multiple global languages. Louie Voice currently has 5 customers in the financial sector, and we are also working with the Indian banking regulator for their CBDC apps. Strangely, Louie Voice yet does not have a direct competitor with respect to end-to-end transactions in mobile apps and websites with voice commands. Something like this can have a massive use case. You heard my story where I was struggling for basic information, destination, wallet. If you take the financial apps, 42% of the people having financial apps don't know how to use them. And who are they? Of course, the illiterate. The financially illiterate, that's a big segment. People who have been artificially barriers created for them because of languages. Most financial apps in India are in English only. Only 17% of the population can read an English screen. Then, of course, the disabled, the elderly. So is Louie Voice only about transactions? Not really. Imagine so many places where anything and everything within a mobile app or website can be voice enabled. Applying for services like loans, health cards, so critical. Helping with the setting up the account, stage by stage handholding. Being able to ask any kind of questions, queries within an app. Being able to file complaints, being able to seek help, call, provide audio feedback. So many things can be done with it. So the next question is, what's the role of AI in something like Louie Voice? Dramatic, game changer. Let's start with the basics, right? Now, when a user is using a voice app, what are the expectations? A, understand me well. B, get my work done. C, give me appropriate feedback. So I have this feeling of being in control. AI is actually dramatically helping us at all stages. The ability to understand the user, even in ambient noisy conditions, and being able to figure out the intent, the meaning, what is it that the user really wants to do. Today for us, it is all driven through an AI model. The best thing that has happened is that rather than having closed models, which we would have been paying a lot of money for and probably would have gone bankrupt by now, now there are these open source models available. So suddenly somebody, a small startup like us has actually got access to high-end AI resources. The next big challenge in a voice interface while Louie Voice is that having understood the intent of the user, how do you actually get the action performed? How do you get the transaction actually done on the screen? Because things have to happen on the screen. That's the best user experience. Here I'm very sure that AI will actually take us to the next level. Today we have a patented technology. We call it humanoid gesture control, where we're able to do end-to-end transactions with virtual human gestures. The way we are working on it now is that we should be able to use AI to make this more agentic. where a lot of it can just happen, through an agent and through an auto understanding of the screen, and of course, having figured out the user intent, and then sort of in an automated manner being able to perform those transactions. So that's the next step for us, and which I'm 100% sure without AI we could have never even thought in that direction. There are also a whole lot of practical considerations in which AI is already playing a major role. For example, you can't expect a user to speak specific keywords, like the way it happens in a whole lot of big name assistants. So the ability for AI to be able to understand what the user is saying and have a natural conversation, that's certainly achievable. The ability to like you saw Uber auto booking, there was so much ambient noise, traffic noise, people noise. So that ability to cut through that noise clutter and figure out what the intent of the user is, that's again where AI will play a handy role. Some other practical considerations are, I spoke about languages. Louie Voice has this unique ability that even if an app is running in one language, let's say in English, which is most common, Louie Voice can provide voice interface over it in multiple languages, right? We cover something like 40 global languages. And that's where I said this artificial language barrier, if you ask me, is the simple thing to crack with voice commands. And of course, people who are illiterate, financially illiterate, I mean, it can really have a big impact. With the advent of AI and technology to solve the problem that Louie Voice is doing, there has to be a lot of responsibility with which user data, privacy, security are all handled. Louie Voice has come up with a very clean solution, something that the banks are happy with, regulators are happy with. The entire Louie system actually runs within the environment of the bank customer, within their complete control, running on their own cloud. No data is taken out, no external server hits. Why this is important? Because there are some AI solutions which have started appearing, which are, if you ask me, extremely unsafe and extremely user unfriendly. Example, they are taking screenshots. I mean, and God knows where that screenshot is going. And, a lot of this is very, secure data. You don't want it to be going out, no screenshots. Similarly, it runs in another environment and user is expected to put in their PI data, including their user ID, login, payment methods, etc., etc. So it's very important that as we take this forward, we recognize our responsibility. Keep it very, very safe, secure, and private for the end user. So what's the Louie journey going forward? One thing is very clear. AI and all the new technologies will take us to the next level. And I hope to learn and seek your help in doing this. I started this in a very selfish way, trying to solve my own problem. Hopefully, with your support, we should be able to take Louie to really global and really helping out, like I said, so many user segments, right? And really making a positive impact on people's life. Thank you so much.